Forget everything you've seen in spy thrillers. The true art of influence isn't about sinister chemicals or spinning pocket watches. It's far simpler and, well, far more elegant. The first secret you need to know is this: the moment you begin studying mind control, you have already begun to lose your own. 1. The office coffee pot wars. You know that colleague who never refills the coffee pot? The one who leaves exactly 3 drops of liquid, just enough to taunt you with false hope? You could leave a polite note, or you could weaponize social proof and scarcity to make them brew coffee like it's their newfound religion. This operates on 2 principles: social proof, people follow what others are doing, and scarcity, where folks want what's limited. So, instead of complaining, you go ahead and create a new coffee club with these exclusive, honestly, ridiculously over-the-top membership cards. You print exactly 5 cards for your department of 20. Make them elaborate, gold foil, embossed lettering. The works. Holders of the Platinum Coffee card are entitled to first brew from the ethically sourced, small-batch Colombian roast. Suddenly, brewing coffee becomes a status symbol. People who never even touch the pot are now actually competing to refill it, just hoping to earn a card they'll never receive. You've reframed a chore as a privilege. The coffee flows endlessly, and, well, you never lift a finger. 2. The mysterious garbage disappearance. Roommates. The eternal struggle of whose turn it is to take out the trash that smells like regret and old onions. You could create a chore wheel, or you could engineer a situation where they voluntarily take out the garbage while believing it's their own clever idea. This uses reverse psychology and, well, the illusion of control. You begin by hoarding the trash-taking duty. No, I insist. I've developed a special technique. Make it seem exclusive, vaguely technical, you know? Talk about optimal bag-twisting methods and balance distribution. Then, just for good measure, accidentally leave a printed article, one that you wrote yourself, about how taking out the trash boosts testosterone and increases attractiveness. Next, you express reluctance to give up the duty. I've been feeling so productive lately. Probably unrelated. Suddenly they'll fight you for the trash. They'll feel like they've won a privilege. You've made a chore into a coveted activity. 3. The persuasive pet, a masterclass in indirection. So you want your partner to agree to a beach vacation. They want mountains. Arguing is for amateurs. Enter the third party, a dog with impeccable instincts. This leverages authority bias, even false authority, and emotional transfer. You cannot convince your partner, but Mr. Whiskers, the astute Chihuahua, can. You begin by noting the dog's preferences. Mr. Whiskers always paws at the TV during beach scenes. Plant seeds, buy a small sandbox, place it beside his bed. Look how he naps in it. It's his happy place. Create a narrative of the dog's unfulfilled coastal longing. Soon your partner will believe the vacation idea is their own, born of compassion for a beach-deprived pet. You get your sunset swims. They feel like a hero. 4. The philanthropic pie paradox. You need to shrink the guest list for your wedding, but your mother insists on inviting her entire book club, including Barbara, who borrowed an heirloom vase in 1997 and still hasn't returned it. Direct confrontation is a minefield. The solution? Make them want to decline. It's not rejection, it's granting a noble escape. This employs the Benjamin Franklin effect. People who do you a favor like you more, and framing. You transform the invitation from a gift into a subtle, honorable burden. You don't just send an invite, you send a mission. You explain that in lieu of gifts, you're asking all guests to contribute to your marital kickstart by volunteering for a pre-wedding task. For the desirable guests, it's please approve our champagne selection via this brief tasting. For Barbara and Co., it's we'd be so honored if you could hand calligraph 75 place settings using this specific 14th century Germanic script we've fallen in love with. Supplies provided. The onerous imaginary task becomes a golden exit ramp. They decline, feeling they've spared you the disappointment of their inadequacy, and your mother can't be angry. They were simply too humble to accept such a sacred duty. 5. The strategic confidence loop. Your friend is stuck in a toxic relationship. a human-shaped black hole of negativity named Derek. You've tried logic, you've tried interventions, they've failed. The solution? Don't attack Derek. Become Derek's biggest fan. This uses cognitive dissonance and mirroring. When you criticize Derek, your friend must defend him to resolve the dissonance between their loyalty and your criticism. Flip it. You amplify Derek's worst traits with the zeal of a PR agent. You know, I really admire how Derek never lets societal norms like punctuality or employment constrain his spirit. His commitment to playing devil's advocate on every single one of your dreams is so intellectually rigorous. You are holding up a funhouse mirror. By reflecting Derek's behavior, back with earnest positive framing, you create a new dissonance. Your friend now has to reconcile their growing irritation with your glowing endorsement. Soon they'll start arguing with you about how awful Derek is. You simply nod, "Oh, I see. I must have misunderstood his genius." They will believe they've reached the conclusion themselves, which is the only conclusion that ever sticks. 6. The zero-sum hobby. You have a loud, boisterous neighbor whose passion is playing the tuba at 2 in the morning. Diplomacy has failed. The solution? Don't fight the noise. Co-opt it. Turn his passion into your project. This is, well, a masterclass in over-identification and strategic enthusiasm. You become his biggest fan, his self-appointed manager. You show up with recording equipment. That was transformative. Let's get it on tape for your album. You start providing constructive feedback at all hours. Knock at 7 in the morning. I was thinking about your crescendo. Have you considered the Lithuanian school of breath control? You request specific, difficult pieces. You start a fan newsletter for his non-existent followers. You smother the joy of his rebellion with the weight of your intense bureaucratic appreciation. You don't create conflict, you create a responsibility. Soon, playing the tuba stops being a fun rebellion and starts feeling like a job with a demanding, insane boss. He will either quit, move his practice to sane hours to avoid you, or join a symphony orchestra to escape. You win. Celebratory avocado. Mr. Henderson in Flat 3B believed the witching hour was best accompanied by a rendition of Flight of the Bumblebee on sousaphone. The building's petitions were used as his sheet music. I decided to kill him with kindness. I bought a cheap headset microphone and a notebook. The next night, as the first blat echoed through the vents, I was at his door in a silk robe, looking earnest. "Mr. Henderson, that timbre, I had to capture it." He was startled, then proud. I recorded him. For a week, I did this. Then I started the feedback. "Your interpretation of summertime is bold, I'd say, at the mailboxes, but I'm hearing a lack of emotional vulnerability. Let's workshop it." So I began leaving scholarly articles on his doorstep, about circular breathing and lip fatigue. Then I proposed a sort of practice schedule to, optimize his output. I went ahead and created a Twitter account for him, Tuba Thoughts. I tweeted things like, "Struggling with the dichotomy of joy and sorrow in the middle register today. The instrument is a cruel mistress. Trained tuba life." The joy rather left his eyes. Playing became a performance for, an audience of one deranged aficionado. He started looking, positively hunted. One Tuesday there was silence at 2 a.m. At 10 a.m. he knocked on my door. He looked exhausted. "I've joined a community band," he said quietly. "Practices are Sundays, 3 to 5 p.m. at the rec center." I beamed. How disciplined. A structured environment will really hone your craft. He hasn't played a night note since. Sometimes, on Sunday afternoons, I hear a faint, mournful pa from the east. I smile, pour a drink, and enjoy the beautiful, manipulative silence. His hobby was a rebellion. I turned it into a spreadsheet, and, everyone knows spreadsheets are the death of joy. Releasing the gentleman's grip. True mind control isn't about sinister hypnosis or force. It's about, gently bending the narrative until your reality becomes theirs. It's making someone believe the cage was their idea, and the key they hold is for your lock. Use these powers wisely. Or, use them to never take out the trash again. The universe, much like a full coffee pot, is indifferent. The ultimate goal of studying dark persuasion is not to become a puppeteer, but to recognize the strings on your own wrists, and to have the wisdom to sometimes dance with them, and sometimes with a smile cut them clean. Now go forth, understand the mechanisms, spot them in the wild, defend against them. And then, for heaven's sake, go ask someone for a taco outright. You might be surprised how often they say yes. The course is concluded. The manual is now yours. Use it to build a more convenient cage or to learn how to pick every lock you see. The choice, as it has always been, is yours.
If you found this guide empowering, follow and subscribe for more content like this, as we continue to explore the tools and mindsets for building an unbreakable character and a life of your own design. Stay sharp, keep focus. You deserve the best.